Welcome to Diva's World.
In a bustling city where life moved at a frenetic pace, there lived a 30-year-old woman named Kavya. She worked as a housekeeper in a large apartment building known for its vibrant community and diverse residents. Every day, Kavya would rise early, don her uniform, and head to work, ready to tackle the day's challenges with a smile. On a seemingly ordinary day, Kavya entered the elevator of the fourth block, her mind preoccupied with the task ahead. The elevator door slid shut and she pressed the button for the ground floor. As the elevator descended, she felt a sense of calm wash over her, a moment of solitude amidst the chaos of her daily routine. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. The elevator jolted to a stop, and Kavya turned to see a man standing too close for comfort. His demeanor was unsettling, and before she could react, he lunged at her, assaulting her in a way that left her paralyzed with shock.
Kavya's heart raced as she realized what was happening. In that moment of terror, she found her voice and screamed, a primal cry that echoed within the confined space of the elevator. The sound reverberated off the walls, a desperate plea for help. The assailant, startled by her scream, quickly retreated and fled the elevator, leaving Kavya trembling and in disbelief. The doors opened and she stumbled out, her mind racing with confusion and fear. As Kavya emerged from the elevator, her fellow female employees, who had heard her screams, rushed to her side. Their faces were a mix of concern and anger. "What happened?" one of them asked, her voice shaking. Kavya, still in shock, recounted the horrifying experience. Her colleagues immediately
sprang into action, determined to chase after the assailant. They ran through the building, calling out for help, but he had vanished into the crowd. Feeling a surge of solidarity, the women gathered together, their hearts heavy with the weight of what had just occurred. They decided to report the incident to the Welfare Association of the apartment building, hoping for swift action and support. However, when they approached the Welfare Association, they were met with indifference. The representatives seemed more concerned about maintaining the building's reputation than addressing the serious crime that had just taken place. "We'll look into it," they said dismissively, leaving Kavya and her colleagues feeling frustrated and unheard. Determined not to let the incident fade into silence, Kavya and her fellow employees decided to take matters into their own hands. They contacted the police station, detailing the assault and their concerns about safety in the building. Within a short time, the police arrived at the scene, their presence a mix of reassurance and urgency. Kavya felt a flicker of hope as she spoke with the officers, recounting every detail of the assault. They listened intently, taking notes and asking questions to gather as much information as possible. The police quickly moved to secure evidence, seizing the CCTV footage from the elevator. They assured Kavya and her colleagues that they would conduct an intensive investigation to identify the assailant and bring him to justice. As news of the incident spread throughout the apartment building, the community began to rally around Kavya. Residents expressed their outrage and concern, and many offered their support. A meeting was organized to discuss safety measures and how to prevent such incidents in the future. Kavya attended the meeting, her heart swelling with gratitude for the solidarity of her neighbors. Together, they brainstormed ideas for improving security, including installing better lighting in common areas and increasing surveillance throughout the building. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation continued. Kavya remained in close contact with the police, eager for updates. She learned that they had identified a suspect based on the CCTV footage and were working to apprehend him. Despite the fear that lingered in her mind, Kavya found strength in her community and the support of her colleagues. She began to reclaim her life, returning to work with a renewed sense of purpose. Each day she walked through the building with her head held high, determined not to let fear define her. Finally, the day came when the police contacted Kavya with news. They had apprehended the suspect, a man with a history of similar offenses. The relief that washed over her was overwhelming. She felt a sense of justice, knowing that her courage to speak out had led to this moment. Kavya attended the court hearing, surrounded by her colleagues and supportive residents. As she faced her assailant, she felt a mix of emotions: anger, fear, but also empowerment. The courtroom was filled with the presence of her community, a testament to their solidarity and commitment to standing against violence. The trial was a long and arduous process, but Kavya remained resolute. With each session, she shared her story, not just for herself, but for all those who had suffered in silence. Her bravery inspired others to come forward, and soon a support group was formed within the community, providing a safe space for victims to share their experiences and heal together. Kavya began to participate in workshops focused on self-defense and mental health, finding strength in learning how to protect herself and others. The community rallied around these initiatives, fostering a culture of awareness and empowerment. As time passed, Kavya transformed her trauma into a catalyst for change. She became an advocate for women's safety, speaking at local events and sharing her story to raise awareness about sexual assault and the importance of community support. Her voice resonated with many, and she found purpose in helping others navigate their own journeys of healing. The apartment building, once a place of fear, became a beacon of hope and resilience. With improved security measures in place and a strong community network, residents felt safer and more connected than ever. Kavya's courage had sparked a movement, reminding everyone that they were not alone in their struggles.
Kavya stood at the entrance of the apartment building, looking out at the vibrant community that had rallied around her. She felt a sense of pride in how far they had come together. The journey had been challenging, but it had also been transformative. With each step forward, they had created a safer environment for everyone. As she walked through the halls, she smiled at her neighbours, knowing that they had turned a moment of darkness into a legacy of courage and resilience. Kavya had not only reclaimed her life, but had also inspired countless others to stand up, speak out, and support one another in the face of adversity.